Closing's a weird part. Some years ago, I worked for a pretty big company. I was a sales manager for them. We did a study nationwide about our sales process and about how our salespeople were performing. And we discovered they were pretty good. Passion for the brand, passion for the product, very professional, neat and tidy. All that was really sweet. We discovered, though, that only 60%, it was pretty much the same in every single state around the country, only 60% of them were actually at the end of the presentation saying to the person, the prospect they were sitting in front of, so, would you like to buy? Nearly half weren't asking the question. Nearly half were hoping at the end of the presentation that the person sitting across from them, they go, you know what? I really like what you've just said to me. That's fantastic. Where do I sign? In real life, do people feel compelled to do that? No. What do we usually say? I'll think about it. It's a reflex response. I'll think about it. People don't like asking for the business. When we go for an interview, at the end of the interview, we want to give them all the time in the world to think about it. We don't want to sit there and say, so look, would you like to hire me? When we present our company in the way that we want people to view it and hopefully embrace it, perhaps we want them to work for us, but actually saying on the spot, so, would you like to move ahead? Fear of rejection comes from that. I have to say that it was something, I'll put my hand up, I struggled with as a salesperson. It was fear of rejection. It was fear of making my customer feel uncomfortable. It was fear of putting them on the spot. Sometimes I liked my customer too much that I felt, oh, now I'm putting a hard word on them. The thing that made it easy for me to do was that definition of selling. I am here to help you make a decision that's going to make your life better. I'm here to help you make a decision that's going to make your life better. And part of that is me seeking a commitment from you right now. So you've heard what we've had to say. I feel it meets your needs. Would you like to move ahead? Or whatever the case may be. But when you go to someone with an idea, ask them for a commitment. You're helping them make a decision that will make their life better. Most people, though, don't say yes. Which really sucks, I got to tell you. It really would be nice if people just went, you know, that's great. We put this barrier up quite a bit. And when the person says, no, you know, this morning we're talking about this whole thing is about managing a relationship to the right conclusion. When the person says no, that's them managing it right back. That's them wanting to get control as well. We are naturally resistant. You know, we put this barrier up. We want to, think about it in our own time. When you walk down the mall and the guy in the big bear suit with the bucket comes up, no, Matt, sorry, Matt, I'm just in a hurry. He could be doing something really, really important that you may actually agree with, but your first response is, I am so in a hurry. I'm really not that interested. We put these barriers up. We put these things that we in the sales world call objections. And this is where we see the difference between someone who is an amazing salesperson and someone who's an ordinary salesperson, is how they handle objections. Objections are part of life. Objections are part of our personal lives. Objections are part of our business lives. They are a reality. No matter who we are or what we do, we have to deal with rejection. We deal with objections. It's how we handle them is the key. It's what we do once we are confronted with that objection. Do we just shut down and go, okay, well, I gave it my best shot. Thanks very much for your time today. I'll see myself out. Thank you very much. Or do we sit there and say, no, I accept what you're saying. I'm going to flip it around, or I'm going to handle this objection. Again, I was really helped with objections because I was there to help someone make a decision that was going to make their life better. It gave me the energy, the positive energy that I needed to be able to say, you know what, I'm not going to shut down because you've just said no. Or you want to think about it, or you have to consult your priest or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually sit here and talk to you about it. There's actually a way, a simple system, a way that we can handle objections. And there are 5 steps, and I'll share them with you right now. The first one is hear it out. Hear it out. Normally, when we're confronted with an objection, when someone says no to us about something in our personal lives or our professional lives, whatever, halfway through what they're saying, we're already thinking of a response. We're already thinking of a way of combating that. Oh, no, you're wrong. It's important that we hear it out right to the end. Hear it out is the first step. The second step is feed it back. There's a couple of reasons we do this. We feed back the objection. So you're saying you'd like to think about it. So you're saying you'd like to consult your priest. So you're saying you'd like to consult your cat. We feed it back. Why do we do that? A couple of reasons. One, it shows the other person we've actually heard and taken on what they've said. We've understood what the objection is. The other thing is sometimes if they're just throwing out stuff out there just to try and slow the process down, it can feel a little silly when they hear it repeated back to them. You'd like to see your cat? Well, I don't have to see the cat. You know, she will get cranky when I get home if I've bought this without talking to her. Feed it back. The other thing is investigate. Do you mind if I ask why you feel that way? Do you mind if I ask why you need to think about it? Do you mind if I ask why you need to talk to your cat? Do you mind if I ask why you feel the need to talk to your business partner? Do you mind if I ask why you'd like to wait until the new financial year? Do you mind if I ask why I can't have a pay rise until after Christmas? Do you mind if I ask why? Make them justify that objection. Don't just accept it. Investigate it. Now the next step, the fourth step, is empathize. Why do we empathize? Because we're just about to argue with them. And setting up an empathetic aspect softens it. Because we're just about to provide a counterpoint. We're just about to say, look, I've heard what you say, but I'm going to flip it around now. Empathize. Look, I can understand you feeling that way. Look, that's a natural thing, Mr. Customer. Look, I can completely understand why you'd feel that way. Empathize is important because we're just about to argue with them and this softens it. It makes it nicer. So we flip it around. And then the fifth thing is answer it. Answer the objection. Look, this is why I suggest you don't wait until the end of the financial year. This is why you should give me the extra $10,000 I'm hoping for. This is why our product is right for your company. This is why I think a merger between our two groups would be valuable. Answer it. Hear it out. Feed it back. Investigate it. Empathize. And then answer it. It's so much better than just arguing with them. It actually does work. The most powerful thing in the universe is our attitude. Attitude is a fascinating concept, absolutely fascinating concept. I'm about to show you a little equation on the next slide. Actually, we'll flip it over now. Skill plus knowledge times attitude equals success. This is such a powerful thing in terms of whatever it is that you want to convince someone of, whatever it is that you are selling, whatever it is that you are representing, whatever idea that you want to instill in this person, it hinges on your attitude. The reason why we don't have skill plus knowledge plus attitude is that this really does have a multiplier effect. It really does. I've met people who were absolutely hopeless in the skill and knowledge area, but their attitude was amazing. Their attitude was inspiring, and they were successful. I've met people who were absolute freaks when it came to skill and knowledge. Boy, were they gifted, but their attitude was awful, and they paid for it dearly. The weird thing about attitude is that so many people allow their attitude to dictate their day, to dictate their behaviour. They allow their attitude to dictate the course of action they're going to take or the way they feel without questioning it. The remarkable thing about attitude is that it is the only thing in this universe that you have complete control over. Attitude is the only thing in the universe that you have complete control over. Yet so few people do. And you think about it. Is it your health? Nah. Is it your kids? Definitely not. Is it your work? Is it your car? No. The only thing in the universe that you have complete control over is your attitude. Yet so few people do. So few people do. We allow things like, let's say, you have a bit of a barney with your partner the night before, and you have a crappy day the next day. Or, and this is something we see in the sales world, that you have a bad start to the day, and that's it, the rest of the day is a complete write-off. But something else we see, and something that's quite powerful in the world of sales, is this. They say the best time to do a deal is straight after you've done a deal. Nothing in the physical universe has changed at all, but our attitude is pumped. We're feeling good. I do a bit of consulting work around the place, and I was at a business, and we had a guy he's struggling a bit. He spent the last 20 years working in one industry, and he's come over to another industry. And he said to me, I had this moment where the general manager just happened to swing by, and I can't remember what the compliment was, but he complimented me. He said, you're doing great, great to have you in the company, and really thrilled that you're part of our team. And he said he had a fantastic day, and he did 2 deals that day. Fantastic. He said, I just wish he'd do it more. We can do it ourselves. We don't have to rely on other people. It's terrible if we put ourselves at the mercy of other people to juice us up to make us feel good. Attitude is the only thing in the universe that we have complete control over. And everything I'm talking about this morning hinges on that. 80-20 rule is something that fascinates me. We find a lot of businesses, 80% of their revenue comes from 20% of their clients. Yet those 20% of clients very rarely get 80% of the time. Nurturing is a key part of our business. So many salespeople, so many business people, once they get that person committed, they're thinking about where's the next contract going to come from? Where's the next business that I can approach? And they've forgotten about the people that have agreed to sign up with them. Showing the love is an important thing, and also knowing how to do it. Gee, if you are going to make contact with your clients, make sure you do it right. Make sure you actually have a point. Just ringing out of the blue and saying to them, yeah, hi, it's Mike from the Success Factory. How you doing? What are you wearing? No. Kidding, slightly. Have a point, something that's going to be relevant to them, something that's worth them taking the time to take a call from you. Show the love. We live in an age now where it is absolutely remarkable in terms of the power of the testimonial, the power of the person who says, yeah, they're a good person. Yeah, they're a good company. Yes, I agree with this product. Yeah, I would sign up with them. Has anyone ever had a friend approach them and say, look, I've been offered a job with such and such a company. Do you know anything about them? Do you know any friends? Or you've got a friend who works there? That person that we've gone to may have absolutely no concept, or be absolutely clueless in this particular topic that we're talking about. But we need that validation sometimes. And it's been magnified, amazingly so, in this day and age of social media. Where if you're unhappy, you just whack it on your Facebook page or, Twitter or whatever the case may be. That you can say, I had a good experience or I had a bad experience. It is absolutely remarkable. Maintaining that relationship, actually doing something actively towards maintaining the relationship is something that so many business people forget, so many salespeople forget. I got your money, I got you signed up, I don't really care anymore. But I guess the important part is, when you are doing it, have a point. We're almost done. Just in conclusion, I started out talking about what inspired me about wanting to talk to people who aren't traditionally salespeople. Was the gentleman who approached me, who was setting up his gemstone importing business. He spent 2 years setting up this business. 2 years, and he hadn't even taken it to market yet. He hadn't spoken to his first client yet. 2 years. The thing I wonder about is, did it have to take him 2 years? Could he have done it in a year, or maybe even 6 months? Or was it the fact that he knew he didn't want to make these phone calls, that he knew he wasn't good at talking to people face to face, that he kept finding other things to do? I wonder how many people in the room today have an idea or a goal or a business principle or a book or something like that you're sitting on, but you're waiting for something else to happen. How many times do we meet people who say, oh, that product that's now like the world's greatest thing ever? I had an idea for that 20 years ago. But you didn't sell it. You didn't take it out there. So it amounted for naught. The most important thing is, if you do want to create this relationship, if you read an article in the paper tomorrow that's an interview with a business person that you think, wow, what a great mentor that person would be, or wow, that person will be great in our company, or wow, there's some synergy there between our two companies, don't wait for them to contact you. Manage the relationship and do it now. Thank you.